All right, music fans and other people out there, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking, I don't know, just whatever, talking about stuff and doing it in real time for a few real people out there just like you and me. All right, so somebody from the cult got through and started talking to me about probably the two videos I did today where I just asking some questions. I've been asking questions all along, and I also read this article about Eric Clapton today. I think it was on guitar.com. And it's amazing the level of, I'll just call it persecution, that goes on when somebody asks a question. And you can't ask questions, right? You cannot ask questions about, gee, this person was healthy yesterday and now they're gone. All right. Yeah, I know. The ones I did today, there were circumstances, but, and someone said bodily autonomy. I'm like, well, you don't have bodily autonomy if you're dead. Do you? Do you have bodily autonomy? I'm not telling anybody what to put in their body. Is there something I'm supposed to say after they're dead and say, gee, you know, good thing they had the right to privacy, because that's helped them a lot. It's helping them a lot. And I guess here's what's really just it does anybody care about humanity? Is privacy more important? Like privacy in a situation where there's nothing to gain. There's nothing to gain to say, well, we were going to disclose this information, but it's private because it's embarrassing. Okay. Now, I can see that in some cases. Like I said, something might be a transmitted thing, or there might be something that would lead you to believe that this person led a certain type of lifestyle. Okay. But all of them, every single one of them is that category. And so if you don't, here's the problem with everybody who's all bent out of shape because I'm asking questions. Why don't we get some closure? Why don't we prove that this is a wonderful, effective, safe product? And why not have an independent study rather than the CDC or the pharmaceutical industry conducting their own autopsy? Seriously, because this is what is going on. And I'm a bad person for caring about people so this doesn't happen again. Do you want round 2 in 2026? Is that what you're looking forward to? Another round. Some places, some countries have said, we're done. We're all done with this, but it's not being reported here in the United States. And it's not all of them, but it's some of them. And certainly, let's just put it this way. Some of this product didn't do anything, whereas some of it did a lot of things. And RFK Jr. said some stuff, and this is related to Eric Clapton. Apparently, Eric Clapton tried to give money to RFK Jr. I remember RFK, I believe, interviewed Eric Clapton, or they had a conversation. And for those of you who keep saying that Eric Clapton is anti this or anti whatever, he did it twice. He took it twice and he had a reaction to it. How is that anti? He was willing to do. I'll do. It's like, George Harrison to Paul McCartney. I'll do whatever you want me to do, Paul. I'll play it, whatever. And he was like, yeah, I want to go out on the road. I want to play music. And now, of course, they want him to retire and go away because he threw a wrench in it. He did the 4th worst thing in rock history by saying that this is, a product. There's something up. And he just, he wrote it into one of his songs, couldn't feel his hands. It's all in his head. To tell all the people who got injured, it's in their head. See, if this is what I think it is, right? A crime. I think it's a crime. All right. It's an amazing crime because you try to connect the dots and they say, no, there's no correlation there. There's just, you can't say that this is what caused X. Well, what was introduced that's new? And you say, well, before 2021, we didn't have this. And then after that, we had all of these problems. Cancer, by the way, is off the charts. And there are doctors running around talking about this, but you won't see them on NBC News. You won't see them in the approved places. You're not going to hear it on Facebook. I don't even know if this video is going to stay up. I don't know. Is it big? And I'm not heavily viewed either. Okay, this is the other perplexing thing. So I get 800 views on a video. There are people that are putting out more hardcore information, and they're getting much higher view counts. What is it about me that's so? This is the whole harmless thing. I'm like, really? Because I care about people? I don't want people to get sick and die? I'm a bad person for asking questions. Just move along and pretend nothing's happening. What about the insurance actuaries? What about the data that they've accumulated the last couple of years? Is it climate change? Is it climate change? It's climate change, all right? It's discrimination in climate change. See, I stepped on a few toes because everything you do right now is blamed on people that have nothing to do with it. Just, I'm existing, so that's a problem. I have an opinion that doesn't line up with everybody else, or the majority, or at least the people who are in the media who spout this crap every day. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Well, you don't know what you're talking about, and neither do they. How's that? Neither do they. Are you accredited? No, I'm not accredited. I don't need to be anymore. You know what I need to be? Alert, awake, alive, suspicious, curious. Everything that journalism is supposed to be. I'm that. Okay? Doesn't make me a great journalist. I observe things and I tell you what I think about it. Okay? You want to call it opinion journalism? Fine. That's everywhere. Regular media is opinion journalism. They want to make someone look bad? What do? Well, they'll film a portion of it, edit, do some stuff. Now they have deep fake AI. They can make you look like a complete idiot. Did you see what he said about this person? Well, he didn't actually say that. And by the time you figure that out, it's already spread everywhere. I mean, welcome to the brave new world. So when it comes to these issues, right, and I'm not getting by the way, I'm not getting traction on anything I put out there. I could talk, so-and-so just released a new album, and it's great, and here's what I like about it. No, 200 views, 300 views, 68,000 subscribers. 1 out of 68 right now. Not even 1 out of 68. Barely. It's barely. I mean, the algorithm is just like, it's like swimming with an elephant on your back. And so I put out some content because this is happening. You got a guy who's 75. He's not here anymore. And they say in the article, there's no cause given. And there are other people. Why don't these other publications come under fire? Maybe they do, right? You print something, and I guess everybody runs their mouth in the section where they can reply to everything, right? Death threats. You want death threats? I mean, my skin is very thin, all right? I'm very tired of doing this. I'm very tired of doing this every day, all right? You want happy-go-lucky content? This isn't the place anymore for that. There may be the occasional lighthearted thing, the sarcasm, the goofiness. I mean, at some point, you pick your battle, right? And I'm thinking to myself, do we you're really going to bat for these things after this long? There are people out there This is great. I did it. I had no problems. Good for you. God bless you. Seriously, God bless you. God keep you. Let's pray that everything continues the way it's going. All right. But not everybody had that reaction, which was no reaction. And let's not even get into, is it doing what it's supposed to do? Why do they keep telling you, you got to go again? You got to go again. Why, if it's so great, why do you have to go so many times? It used to be like once a year. They're saying, no, it's wearing off. It's not, the other day, I think they put it out and said, you can treat this like the common cold. I'm pretty sure I saw a commercial or somebody sent me something that this is what you're supposed to do now. Because we've gotten off a level 5 orange alert and now we're at a level 1, and this is what normally happens. But people are testing, and they're taking their tests and they're coming back all positive. August, that's a big month for this, right? For these kinds of airborne things. Maybe everybody kind of screwed up their own system. Maybe not. See, you can't speculate anymore because nobody's gonna do any. And if there is a study that gets published, there's like 2 people that cover it, and they're over on like Odyssey or Rockfin or BitChute or something, putting it out because they're afraid of censorship, or the audience has migrated. I get this a lot, like, you should just go over to Rumble. Yeah, I'd like to do that. I really would. Who am I to make these crazy accusations about people? Oh, in the meantime, I'm also, in the case of the guy from the Kinks, I'm saying, here's a great musician. And the Kinks aren't played on the radio anymore. So I'm kind of doing 2 things at the same time. I know, I should just be talking about keyboards and Lola and flying like Superman or whatever. But you know what? This means something to me. Okay? This means something. And I guess if I'm not going to get any views, I might as well be talking about something that's relevant, right? Rather than something that's just innocuous and ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, folks, I mean, what are we leaving? What are we leaving for the next generation? What is going to happen next? I mean, are people going to look back at this and say, this was the greatest scam, fraud? This was, and they all just bought it. And not only did they buy it, but then they became hostile when other people questioned it. What's up with that? Oh, well, you're not supposed to talk about this stuff, and you're just making stuff up. It's not. No, I've done a lot of, everyone thinks is just off the top of my head, hours, countless hours reading and watching and listening. And yeah, medical doctors who don't agree with Big Pharma and the CDC, they're out there, and they're published, and they're accomplished, and they're very smart, and they were respected prior to all of this. Just like Eric Clapton, he was a respected musician. But this is what happens. You lose. So play the game, right? I'm Dave. I'm just going to play the game harmless. I'm just going to be really harmless. Maybe I'm not harmless. Maybe I'm harmful. Maybe I cause a little bit of harm. And it's not the kind of harm that is going to hurt any of these people that are not here anymore, because 75 is now the new 105 and 55 is now the new 80. Oh, I don't know. Why are you so concerned? What about the 39-year-old guy? What was that? There's nothing to see here. The newscaster, the one in New York City. What was that all about? And they come in every day, and does it just makes it just builds my channel, really? Because it's not working. It's not working building the channel. I'm not bankrolling anybody. In fact, my income has been slashed in half since last fall. And it's across YouTube, so it's not just me, but this isn't the way I'm going to recover and become, a superstar on any other topics, but talking about aging rock stars who can't sing or play anymore. I'm done. Again, it's just, I can't understand. So as human beings, we're just supposed to put our heads in the sand and whistle past the graveyard and go, it's as one of those newscasters I heard after one of these events said, it's just one of those things. Just one of those things. Okay. From now on, when this happens, I'm just gonna say it's just one of those things. Nothing to see here. That's it.